Hello, welcome back to the All the Above podcast. I'm your host, Jasmine, and we haven't posted for a hot minute because I was really in hopes that we would have a co host, aka guest, but nobody has said much of anything yet for that. And I just have some fun topics I'd love to cover in future episodes, and I'm just waiting for a co host and able to uh, talk about said topics. Today, today, honestly, we're in the middle of the school year, guys. I don't like how that is flashing on my neck. Okay, we're in the middle of the school year at this point, so middle of the semester, and it's to the point where it's like, crunch time, so you can pass all your first semester classes, at least for my school. Okay, I'm moving where this microphone is. I'm sorry if that was like horrid on your ears, guys. Do not mean to do that. Okay, now it's not on my neck. I'm okay with that. I'm okay. So we're actually talking about school. That sounds really stupid, but honestly, school. Like, how's it going for you guys? For me, it's to the point for me where it's, crunch time, gotta get down to it, yeah. It's I'm just ready for the school year to be over and it's only November. And off topic, but I just had a birthday. Officially the big 1-6. So in 2 months, I get that license because I'm going through with the school for my driver's ed. And our semester ends in about January. So I get my license in January. But if I don't miss any classes or drives, which I haven't yet, so who says I'm going to, unless I end up like in the hospital or something. I mean, knock on wood. I hope that didn't get my dogs going because, I didn't even think of that. I hear them rattling around. All right, anyways. So for us, our passing grade, we do the 1 through 4. 1 worst, 4 best. And for our passing grades, we start off with a 2.5 and above. If you don't have a 2.5 in that class, you are not passing the class. So I have about, and I hate to admit this, I have about, I think, 3 classes that I do not have a 2.5 in, but I just have so much backed up work because I was sick this school year, I think, twice, and I missed a little bit of school, I think. I don't remember, but I had strep at one point. Oh god, that was horrid. I had to go to the doctors. I didn't think it was strep. I really was hoping it was not strep, but I was blessed with strep. Whoop-de-doo, guys. But that kind of pushed me back on some work. And there's some teachers that don't necessarily give me all the time I need to work on my work. And I don't have time to do it at home, quite frankly. I'm working one job and trying to get a second because somebody's going to buy me a car and it ain't going to be my parents. Although my parents do love me dearly, and if I needed help, they would help me. But they're not going to put all their profit towards my vehicle. So, school, going great, awesome. Not much drama. There has been a few fights this school year already, will say that. Not necessarily entertaining, but at the same time, it kind of is. Don't come at me, guys, please. Anyways, educational wise and learning, it's going okay. Everything is so far pretty easy. My very weakest subject is honestly math, which is kind of given. I'm terrible at math. I absolutely dislike it. But yeah, my best grade at the moment is, I want to say it's French, and I have a 3.5 in that. So I'm pretty sure that would be like the equivalent to like an A plus ish in that like area. My worst grade. So in this class, it's a gym class, and I we don't have the time in the class to work on the work for the class because he gives us work like papers and stuff to do. He doesn't give us the time to do it in class, so I don't do it at home. And I have a 1.5 in that class. I am failing by a whole like 1%. If I could at least get that up to a 2.5 so I get the gym credit, I'm completely fine with that. I just need the time to work on it. It's so bad. And then I think my my English is a I think my English might actually be my worst grade. I think that is a 1.2. 1.26 to be exact. So, I mean, I've been working on assignments in there and passing them in, and it's just difficult when it comes to like on the spot and like having an exact due date. Like, oh, this is due the next class. Like, I don't have much time to work on it necessarily. And then my math grade, I want to say it's like a 1.7, maybe 1.1, 1.2, something like that. It's like in that area. It's definitely not a 2. It's definitely not a 2. Although we just had a test for my geometry class, and I'm hoping that is a lot. It brings my grade up a lot. I'm really hoping it's like a 3 or a 4 so I can get my grade up. And then I think my science class, I have a 2.4, but that can easily get brought up. I think it's only because I didn't turn some paper in that I'm 90% sure is not due anymore, which I'll have to ask on that. The pros and cons about classes. So each class I have a few for. I don't have them written down, so this will take a hot minute to figure out. So we'll start off with my first class on my B days. So driver's ed, okay? Pros. Love the teacher so much. She's amazing. Um, the work in there is really like the homework in there is super easy. You just have to, it's usually we go over our notes, and sometimes there'll be a packet with a few pages on it depending on like what chapter. Right now we're on chapter 12, and it was only a two-sided paper, and the second side of the paper was barely, it had like this much room of like just blankness. So that chapter was pretty easy. Next was 13. I don't know how long that's going to be or not. But the homework for the chapter 12 was literally, I think, 3 questions. So, like, the homework is super easy. And then you just have to bring it to the next class, and she'll go around and see who did their homework. You just got to show her that it's all filled out. Like, she doesn't necessarily grade on, like, if it's correct or not. She grades on if it was done. And if you completed all your homework, you get a 4. But if you didn't complete your homework, you have until, like, the next class or the class after that to bring it in. Cons for that class. I don't really think that there is any, to be honest with you. Now that I'm thinking about it, there's really not. Like, I like all the people in there. It's fine. It's Hey, we sometimes even finish early, so you can just complete the homework in class. So that's like the only class I really care about necessarily. And my grade in that class is a 2.7, and that is because we had this project to do. It was a project about buying a car, and I did not finish it. So I had to restart on it actually. I had it halfway done, and then I was like, I can't find any more information on this that it's asking me to, so I had to start over. And then I got that one halfway done, and then she stopped accepting them. So I was a little upset about that. But anyways, after I have my driver's ed, I go to English. Pros on that class, I don't know if there is any. I love the teacher though. She's really sweet, so that is a pro, I guess. Cons, I just don't necessarily care for the work. I don't know. This is a lot harder than I thought. But hey, next I have French. Yeah. And then after French, I have science. I love the teacher so much. The work that we're doing all makes sense. Right now, we're talking about what the heck's it called? I forgot, so I'm not gonna waste my time trying to figure out what it's called. But we're learning the stuff we're learning in there is very easy. It's very simple, and I like it. Now, my M days. So my first block M day teacher is actually my science teacher's husband. So that kind of works hand in hand. It's kind of funny. But pros about that class, he's a great teacher, and I enjoy working in the like fitness room. and whatever. And I like most of the people in there. Like, I mean, I don't think I have any problems with any of them. It's not that I don't dislike them. It's just that I don't really talk to them much. And you're able to do your own thing in that class, so I really do like that. I mean, I feel like I honestly feel like this episode would be so helpful for like 8th graders, because what I do for at school is in the spring, so like March, April time. I'm pretty sure it's closer to March. I go with some of the guidance counselors to each sending school for my school, and I talk to them about the passing grades, classes you can take, and stuff like that. And then I clear up any rumors they have about the school. Like, the biggest one I always get is the furries. Are there litter boxes in the bathrooms? This, that. And I'm like, guys, like, let's be real. No. Well, anyways, anyways, cons of that class is that the classwork for like paper and stuff, most of that is literally on my computer that is always dead, and then I always forget to do the work, or I don't have the time to do the work, etc. And I have that first block. That's another con, is that I have it first thing in the morning. Who wants to get to school looking all good and then just sweat their brains out? Like, I don't want to sit there and sweat the whole time. It's kind of gross. But after I have that class, I have my government and economics. That is my favorite class. I love that class so much. I really enjoy the teacher. He is actually from a different school in our area. He is absolutely amazing. I love how he teaches. I love all the stuff we're doing. I necessarily don't think there is a con on that class. And he also teaches this Model UN class, and it's kind of like a debate class. You know, if you know what Model UN is, you know. And we get to go on field trips this year. We just have to start fundraising. We get to go places to, I think we get to go to Maryland, to Washington, D.C. And I think he said that we're going to New York, which is where the actual like UN is. And so I'm really excited for those. That'd be my second time going to New York. My first time going was New York City, and that was my 8th grade trip. And that was absolutely amazing. And I just smacked that, and I smacked it again. I'm sorry, guys. And then after that, I have geometry. So I like all the people in there, and I goof off all the time in that class, and I kind of get obnoxious in that class. So if you're in my geometry class, I am so sorry for you. But I really like the teacher. Con, it's math. That's about it. And then I have culinary. So pro is, I really like the teacher. She's so sweet. I had her last year in my marketing class, which was basically like we talked about opening our own businesses and had a whole project for that. And so that was fun. I like to eat. So that was fun, and I'm learning more cooking / baking techniques, so that's also really fun. I like all the people in there. We all get along pretty good, and I don't really think that there's any cons. I mean, maybe the work, but even then, it's not that hard. So if you like cooking and baking, 8th graders, I suggest culinary. It's so fun. I'm in the intro class, so you can take that as a freshman or sophomore, but you can't take any of the higher classes, like the actual class culinary, until your senior year. So I would suggest that. So we have at our school, I'm not necessarily saying the name just in case there's some random like person that comes on and like comes to our school and stuff. So, but at my school, we have a kind of like, it's like, I'm trying to like think of what to call it without actually saying the name of it, because it's added onto our school and a lot of people know it by the 2 words I'm going to say, so I'm not going to say that. But it's basically a place where you can go and try out new things. We have like welding, we have automotive, culinary, cosmetology, stuff like that. There was one forever ago in like the 2010s ish era. I don't know why I called it era, but there was a class there, and it was called early childhood, but they changed the name of it now to human resources. So I'm really looking forward to taking that next year. I am able to shadow the classroom December 10th, so I will let you guys know how that goes. But it was honestly, it was fun just like thinking about doing it. And it covers anything that has to do with humans. If you want to become a therapist, if you want to become a cop, game warden, a teacher, daycare provider, whatever you want to be that has to do with humans, you go there. And I'm thinking about I could either be a therapist or I could honestly work with kids. And I'm not necessarily ideal with the fact of working with like not working with, I meant going to college. Because if I'm already sick of high school now and it's already a stressful factor in my life, what's going to say that college isn't going to be even more stressful? And I'm just ready to be done with school and start working on a career. And I'm pretty sure if I wanted to do one of those two careers, I have to go to college, especially for a therapist. I mean, I don't know about a daycare provider, but definitely, if I'm going to be a therapist, you have to go to college for that. And honestly, I think that is it for today's episode. Today was a little longer than the first one, so I really hope you enjoyed. Um, I hope you have a great weekend. I'm hoping this was recorded on a Saturday. I'm hoping it is out today or tomorrow. So apologies if this takes a hot minute to get out. Because I said it's the end of November, so this honestly might come out next Wednesday, like this upcoming Wednesday. So my apologies. I don't know when this will come out, but the editing and the thumbnail and everything takes a hot minute. So I will keep you guys posted. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, Thanksgiving, and just overall good break. Toodaloo. Bye-bye.